What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of After Cinema Reviews. We are back again for one of those tasty reviews of the Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I'm one of your hosts, Ben. Take it away, Marshall. Tell me what you thought.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice. Thank you for watching. Take care.
Yeah, see you later.
Take care. Bye. No.
Yeah, it was good. It's really good. It's the best MCU film to come out in a very long time. Probably the only one I've enjoyed like properly since Spider-Man. And I mean, I enjoyed all of the other ones, but like I could tell that they weren't as good as they used to be.
It's definitely been the best one since No Way Home, for sure. And it's one thing that, like, because I hadn't watched Guardians 2
What?
till...
Oh, I thought you hadn't watched it at all. I was like, what?
So I hadn't watched it when I watched, like, Infinity War and Endgame.
Oh.
When I watched Guardians 1, like, I enjoyed it, but I randomly just... I don't know, I didn't see the hype at the time that everyone seemed to, like, love it, and I was just sort of like... I like
the
Spider-Man.
Guardians trilogy is probably my second favorite, next to probably my first favorite. Actually, never mind.
Yeah,
it's like, probably my favorite trilogy.
It's Thor. Unfortunately, is just a.
It's the stinkiest. I can smell it a mile away. It's the stinkiest one.
It's the stinkiest one.
It'd probably go Thor, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain America, and then Guardians. I don't really count the Avengers as being like a trilogy.
Okay.
Considering there's 4 films, so
I'd probably put Guardians at my top for the trilogies now, probably with a smooth second coming in for Spider-Man, but that's just because I have bias for Spider-Man. You just put Spider-Man on my screen, and I love Spider-Man.
Same. Like, I really like Spider-Man. He's my favorite character in like everything. But those first 2 films just weren't as good as like The Winter Soldier. Wait, Captain America isn't even a trilogy. There's only 2 films. Civil War.
Civil War's the third one.
Oh yeah, definitely Captain America second for me then. I really like Civil War.
Oh shit! Yeah, no. Cap actually would be my first one. I thought the Winter Soldier for like a small second was Thor: Dark World, and I was like, oh, the second one's so shit. I can't even put that. But yeah, no, fuck it. Captain America.
We didn't even do Ant-Man either. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh,
would probably go over, probably above Iron Man, just because all of those films stunk, in my opinion.
Oh, I loved Iron Man.
The first one was good. The rest of them were like mediocre.
But to talk about Guardians 3, I really enjoyed it. I'm happy that this level of Marvel has reappeared. I don't think there's necessarily a Marvel burnout, because I think, just this film shows that there hasn't been a Marvel burnout, seeing as it's, number 1 on IMDb at the moment and probably going to do quite well at the box office. It's just
I agree.
It's just a lack of quality with Marvel.
Yeah, I feel like Marvel would be doing... I mean, they're doing great, right? They're like the fucking biggest film enterprise in the universe because it's Disney. But my god, they've just been stinking recently. It's nice to have like a spray of Febreze in there every now and again,
There's like this... There wasn't too many things visually in this that I thought, that doesn't look too good. Or like... Because even in like Ant-Man and Thor, yeah, they still visually overall look good, but there were bits where I was just like... How have you thought this was okay to put in? Like, it doesn't look good, but this Guardians always seems to do really well, and James Gunn is. I think
James Gunn.
I think he's a good director. I'm happy.
That's why I'm really excited for his reboot of the DCU. I think it's going to be very good.
I'm excited, but god damn it, does that man need to maybe change up some actors, because he always includes his wife now, Nathan Fillion, the guy who plays Yondu. I mean, they're not like, I like seeing them.
What's his name? Michael something, isn't it?
But Christ Almighty, you just see them.
Yeah, Michael Rooker.
But no. So we'll hello. At the I can't talk. At the forefront, we'll talk about Guardians without any spoilers, and then we'll go into the spoiler territory. So I was very happy with the third entry. I thought it was a very nice conclusion, although there were some bits I didn't like too much, but that will be in the spoiler territory. I liked that each character was still able to shine, even with such like a quite big squad now.
Yeah.
No one felt kind of too sidelined, you know. It was nice to see even like some of the smaller ones like Cosmo get like a fair bit of like screen time and some important screen time. And the bad dog bit definitely kept making me laugh a fair amount.
Yeah. I like the no spoilers, and then you gave a spoiler about one of the main jokes of the film.
hey. Don't think it's too much of a spoiler. Adam Warlock was very cool. I liked him.
Yeah, Adam Warlock was probably my favorite character. No, he wasn't, but he was good.
He was probably my favorite character. No, he wasn't. I wished we'd seen a bit more of a impact in the final act with him, to try and not talk about spoilers, because it just kind of like he did a thing and then that was it. Like I wanted him to like.
Yeah, but it was like reasonable that he only did that. We'll talk about it in the spoilers.
We'll talk about it in the spoilers. What is this film without spoilers?
There's no point chatting.
I mean, I can't even think, to be honest. Like, I just was happy with the film, and I think that's good enough.
Yeah, exactly. It was just good. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it a lot.
Right, now screw it. Let's get on to the spoilers. If you don't want to listen to spoilers, politely piss off.
There's the door. Get in.
Get out of here. Right. Fuck me, Quinn should have died.
Yeah, probably. But at the same time, I don't really care. I thought it was like a cool conclusion to have Adam save him and sort of have a nice wrap up to his arc as well in the movie.
Like, I wanted, like, I was so, like, when his face became all ballooned, I was like, they're actually gonna do it. They're gonna just kill him off. And I was so ready for it, and then they didn't. I wanted Rocket or Quinn to die. Someone, well, okay, maybe not necessarily.
I didn't want anyone to die, if I'm being honest. I thought it was, I thought someone was going to die because I thought they were gonna pull it off for like the shock value, you know, like, oh, you have to see this film because this person's that. But no, they all just had a really nice send off, and it was really sweet and really nice. And I think they did it perfectly. And I don't think I would have changed anything story wise.
I think I'd have, when Adam's mum died, I think I'd have liked to have seen a bit more of a, like a, yeah, I hate this person now, let's go bust his nuts. But I'm still happy with what I got. I would have just rather have preferred.
I don't think I would have preferred that. I think it went well because he didn't want to, you know, bust his nuts. He was just kind of really sad and mopey, like he was a child, because that was like the whole thing. He's an adult, but he's the mind of a child.
The man was birthed too much.
Yeah, because he didn't fight at all in the end. He was still trying to kill the Guardians. He was still trying to, you know, further the high evolutionaries goal or whatever. I think it was played perfectly.
The High Revolutionary, man, I feel like we should have like maybe seen or heard about him a bit more than just this last film, as he feels like he should have had.
I don't think so.
He had quite a big impact on a lot of stuff by the sounds of it.
Yeah, but nothing that's like been talked about in the story before, really. And like it was hinted at in the Guardians 2 post-credit scene, I'm pretty sure, when they released Adam from the thing.
Yeah, you saw.
But yeah,
the pod.
I don't know. I think it was like perfect. He was my favorite character. That's why Adam wasn't my favorite character, because he was my favorite character. He was acted very, very well.
I think Nebula was my favorite in this one.
I didn't like her that much. She was probably my least favorite of the Guardians.
Damn, man's just disagreeing with everything I'm saying at the moment.
I'm not like disagreeing. She was fine, but like she wasn't my favorite in the film. I like Drax's arc more than I liked her arc of just randomly being like, I'm gonna rebuild the city. I'm gonna be that woman, you know.
I mean, I'm not sure I'm happy with Mantis and what she was doing to Drax, if that's what she's been doing for a while. It's just been making him forget and brainwashing him, essentially, to just still be an idiot.
I don't know if that was the case. I think that was
That's
more
the
played for jokes.
that's the vibe I definitely got from the movie. I was like, has she just been doing this any time it gets like too much? I wish she would have like. I wish Drax would have
I
gone with
didn't
her.
think that at all.
Damn, that's
No,
so
I
the
don't
vibe I
think
got.
so. I didn't get that at all because she was the only person who like advocated for Drax in that entire thing. She was like, he makes us laugh, and and he loves us. And she only did that because he was like, you know how much of an idiot he is, and he was just latching onto the fact that she called him stupid. So she was like, just forget I said that. She wasn't like, oh, forget everything that's ever happened between us. She wasn't like manipulating his like brain. He's an idiot who attaches to things too easily. Like he's the kind of guy who you'll say one thing to and they'll think about only that for the rest of their lives. You
Hell
know.
yeah,
So she just got rid of it.
I vibe with
Didn't want
Drax
to
a
deal
lot.
with it. Yeah, I vibe with Jax a lot. He was very funny in the film as well.
I had a lot of fun. It was a very funny film, and I've seen a few people complaining about the swearing, but I randomly enjoyed the swearing in the film. It felt not. I can't. I literally couldn't tell you, with like my life on the line, whether there was any swearing in the first or second movie. All I can tell you is I enjoyed that they were like effing and swearing in this movie, and a fair amount because
Were
they are.
they?
Yeah, there was so many f bombs and shit bombs and things in this movie. There was a lot of them.
There was one F bomb in the entire film.
No,
Yeah.
there was a few.
No, just the one because they played it for jokes.
There was definitely more than one.
You didn't watch the film, brother. No, there was one F bomb, and it was when they were getting in the car, and Quinn was like, "Open the fucking door," and that was it. That was the only one because everyone on Twitter was saying how funny it was that before the film, it was like announced that James Gunn is making this the first Marvel film to have an F bomb in it. And that's all it was played for. It was just because he was telling someone to open the fucking door. There wasn't any more F bombs in there.
For real, I swear there was a lot of swearing at the argument bit during the Drax forgetting bit.
No, not a single one. They were just complaining to each other.
They were definitely saying shit and stuff.
Yeah, but everyone says shit in the Marvel films now. It's like it's just whatever now. I think shit is probably closest to PG swear that you can have, regardless of anything now.
I feel like my brain's boggled.
I think your brain is boggled.
It just definitely is boggled anyway, but sat in that film, I was like, there's so much swearing going on.
Maybe it just sounded like it, but it wasn't. Can confirm.
Nice that Gamora's got her home. Would have liked a sweeter ending with that, but I'll be happy for
I
her.
thought it was a really sweet ending.
But I'm a sucker for wanting them to get back together. Or to be together again.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that would have just been a cop out. Like they had some nice moments throughout the film together, but
Maybe
if
in the
she was
future.
just like, maybe I do still love you, Peter. No, I wouldn't.
How
That would have
would
been
you
such
have
a
loved
cop
me?
out for like a whole character where she was like, I'm not the person that you fell in love with, and I don't want to be that person. You know, it was a nice, different approach to it.
Cool that Rocket gets to be the captain, but as I said,
Hmm.
I still feel like Rocket should have been doing much more technologically over all of these films with him in than he has been doing.
But he definitely was like the entire time. He was always putting stuff together and always crafting stuff. He's always been the brains of the thing. Like even Nebula's arm, she was literally like, "Yeah, no, Rocket made this for me." Oh, I guess we just didn't watch the same films.
Nah, probably not.
And
Just
it's probably
abs-
just the case. I guarantee if you like watch them again, you'd spot it now that you've thought about it. But I don't know. I just always remembered it.
No,
So
it's
even
not,
in
not
the
like it's not like I know he's done stuff, but I feel like with how much this film raved on about his brain and his way of thinking and just how intellectual he is, I feel like there could have been more done. It like if I take Infinity War for example. Oh no, I might say this, and he might have been in the fucking room. But you know, like in the bit where like they're fighting, and there's the room with like Shuri and things. I felt like Rocket should have just like gone to that room and could have just done more than Shuri randomly.
I thought at that point, yeah, I'm pretty sure at that point he was in the heart of the dying star with Thor crafting his new axe.
He came so like it was like amidst going on, they like teleported down and arrived with Groot and whatnot and started shooting. But
that was right at the end of the film when they were fighting everyone.
When all the things came through the bubble, the weird little like Tyranid looking things that were coming through.
Yeah, that was literally the final bit of the film.
Yeah, I feel like for how much they raved in this film, I don't know. I feel like Rocket was a bit underutilized. That's all.
I suppose.
I wanted to see some more crazy brain crafting things rather than just he built this, or that's all.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm got the film up now. He definitely couldn't have been in the room with Sherry because he was in space with Thor crafting the.
Yeah, no. So I'm saying it would have been like, because I don't know whether he would have thought of it at the time or whatnot, but from this film, to me, what's shoved down my throat is Rocket is crazy smart, and if that's been a thing, bless you,
it has been a thing.
It would have been nice to have seen that more. Like, could there have been a timeline where Rocket could have helped that Doctor Strange didn't see? Could there have been something that Rocket could have crafted to stop Thanos, and they could have, won? All these that's their thoughts I'm like having whilst the film was on, if that makes sense. Like,
I guess so. I mean, I've got Guardians of the Galaxy up now, and the entire reason that they escaped the prison is because of Rocket.
Yeah,
Bro's just standing on Groot's shoulders, crafting random bullshit.
I think you're just missing my point.
I don't think I am. I think I understand completely, and I think you wanted a universe where Rocket was the biggest genius brain in the world, but I just don't think that's his character at all.
No, not
I think you're missing the point of Rocket's character. I don't know.
Man just wanted more. Always want more.
I guess. Never satisfied.
No, never satisfied. I just want to see comic book level crazy Drax, where he's actually just bonkers powerful.
Well, you never see it again now, because he's the dad.
Aye. Man's just never going to do anything else anymore. And just...
probably not. He's going to look after his kids.
The first post-credit scene was cool. I liked seeing this new ragtag of Guardians, and for that Guardians, I'd be quite content with like a TV show, like season, have an arc to accomplish in 6 to 8 episodes of whatever villain or whatever narrative storyline comes up. Play the waters, see how that goes. If people like the new one enough, by all means, you could probably do some more, because I think people like Guardians enough where they'll just enjoy space adventures.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if they deserve a TV show. I don't. I just think everything should have a film. I don't care for the TV shows anymore. They've gotten so like bog standard and boring for me. I just can't stand them.
I don't think obviously I'd go watch it if there was a Guardians 4 with the new Guardian squad, but I think
which there probably will be.
But just for their squad, I would like, to me, like a low-key WandaVision quality TV show. When I think of Marvel TV shows, that's what I like. Because WandaVision, I loved, top to bottom. For me, that was just crazy cool.
I fell off on the last few episodes for me. I liked the start and then it ruined it. Loki as well, kind of dwindled by the end. I don't know, it just seems like they all should have been movies that had like a set conclusion within like a few hours instead of a load of strung together episodes that didn't make much sense to me. But that's whatever. That's just me,
The second end credit scene with just him sat eating cereal.
The comedy one is to take the piss out of everyone that sat and watched it.
To then just be like, Star-Lord will return.
Yeah, I don't think Chris Pratt's going to return though, if I'm being completely honest.
Who do you think's going to be the new Star-Lord?
I don't know. Anyone. I feel like it would be someone different. Maybe Rocket will take the title of Star-Lord. But nah, he just found his name. He just, called himself Rocket Raccoon, so... I don't know. I don't think Peter's going to return as Star-Lord, I don't think. Because Chris Pratt did not want to do it again. But you never know. I don't know. I don't care. Quite frankly, I'll just watch whatever. As long as the film is good at this point, I don't care.
I know, I'm not
feel
really
like
sure.
I've been really cynical this
I know,
review.
just disagreeing with everything, being like, nah.
Well, that was the fucking John Wick review. But at least this time I've said the film is good. I just don't think your vision is my vision. Yeah.
But at least
I mean, this to say the least, this film is no John Wick 4, but it's really, really good.
This is true. This is leaps and bounds better than John Wick 4. But
No.
you would say John Wick 4 is better than Guardians 3?
Yeah, 100%.
Wow. That's a discussion for another day. But I'm glad the writers
There's no discussion to be had.
So incorrect. But I'm glad the writers' strike has like paused some things enough to hopefully have them get some more quality stuff out. I don't know if that means some things are going to be sacked off. I don't know if things are going to go well for Marvel now anyway, with, you know, the entirety of Phase 5 being, oh, Kang's the big bad guy, but probably won't have Kang anymore. And
I think we will have Kang. I think he's going to get recast.
He will.
As sad as it will, he will definitely get recast.
And it's going to be... They probably will still do it in an okay way, but for me, it will just bug me. I hate when people get recast.
Yeah, the only one it didn't really bug me for was when Don Cheadle replaced someone in the second Iron Man film, and I didn't care enough.
I didn't even notice, you know.
Did you not? They're like completely. They look completely different.
I think it's just.
Well, I don't know.
Just
They're both bald men. Like,
yeah. I think it was just the name of his character. It just didn't really like. I just thought this was another one of his friends. Like, you could have asked me, and I wouldn't have told you. I would have told you they were two different characters.
No, he replaced him. I think Thingy wanted to be paid the same amount as Robert Downey Jr., and they were just like, no.
No, pal, you are not in the same league. Like, he was good in Boys in the Hood and things, and he was good in the People versus O.J. Simpson, but, like, he's not, unfortunately, the same caliber as Robert Downey Jr.
That's not Don Cheadle, by the way. I'm not talking about Don Cheadle. I'm talking about the guy that he replaced.
Yeah, the guy from the...
about Don Cheadle.
You're talking about the guy from the first one, I assume.
Yeah.
Him, yeah. That's the person from Boys in the Hood. Okay. I don't know his name. But
Terrence Howard, I think.
But yeah, I'm just trying to think what else. What was in the... It was nice to see how the perfect utopia was still basically just shitty Earth.
Yeah. It was quite good. Quite funny, I say. Parallels. What? I just like the weird octopus guy that was selling meth.
And the fucking
That's the TV show I want. I want the TV show about the weird octopus guy that used to be a school teacher and now cooks meth.
Yep.
So...
That's what we need in life.
Yeah.
I want to know, like... God, I would be so using that, like, advanced evolutionary thing for, like, a villain. Like, if I was the High Visionary at that point, I'd be like, yep, I'm building a fucking bonkers army.
Yeah, true. But then that was his whole thing as well, right? He didn't want to dominate or conquer the galaxy.
He just wanted to be God.
He wanted to perfect it.
Man had a right meltdown at the end.
There is no God. That's why I stepped in. That was such a sick line.
Oh, I can't even think of some of the lines that I thought were really cool in the film. It's just all... I just didn't like the actor that played the High Visionary, who was also in Peacemaker. I'm glad that I got to see him act more. He wasn't bad in Peacemaker. I enjoyed him in Peacemaker, but he got to shine in this film.
Yeah.
I don't know if
that's what happens when you give someone a leading role, I guess.
I mean, he was a pretty leading role in Peacemaker, too. He's one of the main...
Who was he in Peacemaker?
He was their, like, FBI, like, call handler type of person. He was, like,
the
sort of lead.
Well, yeah, no, I understand that.
But, No, I think like I'm quite happy with that. I thoroughly enjoyed the film.
So did I. I really enjoyed it.
I'm happy for a good cinema experience again.
Woohoo!
Let's keep it up and not have bad ones again. Don't need that drought of 3 films again.
Yeah, but that's only because you had a bad take with John Wick 4, and I will never let you go. I'll never let you get over it.
That's fine. We can agree to disagree. That's what film tastes are all about. Don't have to necessarily like it. I think the only thing that in film, when someone says that I thoroughly disagree with, is when people say that like The Lord of the Rings either isn't a masterpiece or isn't a good film. And then I'm just like, what's actually wrong with you?
No, I can see why people would say it isn't a good film.
There's just literally nothing wrong with it.
It's you have to like watch them as a set of 3 films. You don't watch them as a set of 3 films, and you're not like partly invested in the whole fantasy era. I can imagine like just a random person who was like, "Oh, Lord of the Rings is big." They walk into a cinema, they sit down and watch the first film. I can understand them going, "Yeah, that wasn't very good," you know. But yeah, no, I do get what you mean. I love them, obviously. I love them. But...
I had someone that gave all 3 of them the same rating as all 3 of the Hobbit films, and I was sat there like, what's actually wrong with you?
Yeah, but then I saw you rate John Wick 4 poorly, and I said, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, but John, like, you can't even compare John Wick 4 to the caliber of Lord of the Rings. That's a whole different ballgame. John Wick...
I can. I'd much rather watch John Wick 4 than any of the Lord of the Rings films.
But John Wick 4 has done nothing critically acclaimed-wise. That's the level I am talking about. Lord of the Rings is in its own boat for what it's done for cinema compared to John Wick 4. John Wick 4 is just...
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's great, but...
Let me just quickly, like, John Wick 4, how many awards and things has John Wick 4 won? When it comes
bringing out the awards,
yeah,
when it comes to more than critique.
But does it?
Yes, it really does.
Does it?
If I enjoy a film and a critic has said, "Oh, it's shit," I'm never going to listen to the critic. I'm never going to enjoy that critic ever again. I'm never going to read a single thing they do because I just know that they don't have fun. Critics don't have fun. They don't enjoy things.
But I mean, not necessarily the when you compare just a single Lord of the Rings film to John Wick. If you want to take John Wick as the 4 films to Lord of the Rings, the 3 films, the films are not even comparable for accolades at all.
Yeah, I just don't care. Like, I'd rather sit down and watch all the John Wick films than I would rather sit down and watch all the Lord of the Rings. And I love Lord of the Rings.
I feel so sad to hear. So sad to hear.
May say it's sad, but I don't have all the time in the world. And by the time I get halfway through Fellowship of the Ring now, I've seen it so many times that I just get bored. Doesn't mean I love the film any less. I still think it's wonderful. Still fantastic.
Disappointing.
I can't do it.
But no, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.
Fuck Lord of the Rings.